Hello. Oh, that's my face is very like, hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, seems link is under your summary for Don Jr. today. What is that? Oh. So what does that mean, Aisha? What is that? Single link under. What is it? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. So I'm just reading quickly the comments here. Just it's not clear to me what you're referring to. Okay. So okay, so I don't know, guys. Lately, I've been making it public. So thanks. It's good to see you. Yeah. And okay, hold on. Brighter. I hope you're well. It's good to be back. Now I don't know why. Guys, I resisted the whole, for a while the YouTube thing, but now I don't know if it's what it is. When I was more on YouTube, it was like the Trump thing was more. It was more. I don't know why. But anyway, so here I am. It's good to see you all, and my patrons. Thank you. Some of you, you guys are very loyal, so it's cool. It's cool. And we all kind of go through it together, right? The drama. So I know I had said I was going to go to the Halloween parade, but I was not feeling well at all yesterday. I was so tired, and I had my period. So like it was really like I don't know why. I don't know why. No, I think I know why actually. So it was a combination of not sleeping very much and also, monthly events. And I was so tired that I just didn't have the energy. And I started to feel like this weird energy in the air that it wasn't like, I just didn't feel like it. I could have done it, but I was just doing something else. And I was, again, so I ended up not, when I walked back home from here, it was cute, to see everybody dressed up and everything. But I was just, I guess I just didn't have the energy. I was very tired, but today I feel very good. So thank God it didn't last the way I was feeling. So yeah, so that was that. So thanks for the tops that you mentioned. I always get stuff, Shane, the app, Chinese app. So not fancy particularly. Okay. So anyway, so let's start. What am I doing? Right, it's just, and I had this weird feeling like there was this energy, but I know people went. I mean, my parents went, my mom went, and she thought it was really fun, but I just didn't feel like the energy was there, and I just didn't, just needed more energy. And I also, to be fair, I remember I was staying up because of some events in this war thing I was watching or something. I have to be really careful that I don't watch most things. I have to be careful. You probably are feeling the same way, because the moment I watch it really affects me, right? Those videos and everything, I can't. Because you have to also, we're here for a reason, and it's not just to be observers, right? Because it's very paralyzing when we watch these things. Sometimes it's, we can't be hypnotized by it all. Okay. So that was that. Now, so today, the two things. So Christine sent me a question. She had this question / comment about, the political article. Well, let's see here. So what is it from last time? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I don't know really what. It's okay. I'll look into it later, Aisha. But so basically, this article is it came out today about Biden not believing. Now, I've said this before. Many people also have said this, that I don't think that Netanyahu is going to last, and he's not going to last really much longer. But the fact that, first of all, the piece of news came out, and that I don't think it was I think somebody in the administration, our administration, wanted to send that message. so I'm interested to know. I talked to somebody about it, and so I like to know, what does Biden know? Because I do hope that he leaves soon. I really do hope that he leaves soon, right? Uh, and so right, it's not a good person. So, oh, and then so today, so then there's something. So then the other thing. So, going back to what Christine said. So Christine sent me a message, had a question about the Hamas. So I know from the beginning, a lot of people have been seeing the connection between Hamas and Putin. I really did think that this was a Hamas thing. Maybe there's the timing of the whole like Al-Aqsa Mosque. But the thing that's interesting is that the news reported that the Hamas representatives went to Moscow to look for support, something like that. And then the Hamas leader gave an interview where he said that the attack benefits Putin and China, and somehow they're support. He didn't say they were supporting him, but it was clear that he sounded like he was talking Russian propaganda. Okay, it's like, oh yeah, like it really it helps that this is true, right? That it benefits Putin because people are not going to talk about Ukraine anymore. Not anymore, but at least, right? So that was interesting. But so I'd like to really know, because I really don't think, guys, I know there's like okay. This is too much. Let's pretend it. So guys, okay, it's funny. So you know how there's like I'm competing for Trump with who's the most orange person. I really so there's this brand Elf. They make these pigments, and they are true pig. They're not supposed to be like pure makeup, but I love this color. It's orange. Literally, it's orange. It says orange. So then I put it on, and I'm like, wow. Sometimes it is a little too orange. There's such a thing. Uh, they have blue. It's so orange warms up your skin. Um, so not that orange. Not that orange. It's not supposed to be so orange, but it's okay. It's nice, I like it. I like it. That's my favorite makeup color, orange. So anyway, what was talking about again? So anyway, going back to Putin and Hamas. So anyway, but I'm interested in this because I was annoyed to see the guy from Hamas. He was there on television, right? He was there on television. Uh, so you know what, guys, if you just I stuff like okay, I'm not gonna um I'm just gonna focus on what I posted today. Okay, anyway, so going back here to today. Um, so anyway, I don't think, because I really don't think that there's something there, but I still don't think. I think that if we believe that, then it's too much. I think they're connected somehow, but I don't think this is Russia's fault. I mean, right? Does it make sense? They are allies in some way, and Russia, as we know, is connected to Iran, and Iran may have helped train some of these attackers. But other than that, I don't think this is okay. This is really, and also the other thing I just wanted to say. Apparently, I guess it was Putin's birthday, but it was also one day after the Yom Kippur, the surprise war that happened, right? When Egypt attacked, so out of seemingly out of nowhere, attacked Israel. Similar. So that's that. Now, but still, I like to know, what is Russia protecting them, or what's going on? And also, guys, because the US has really always but the thing that I don't get is, like, Bibi still, he takes calls from Putin and everything, but why, it's so strange, right? It is so strange. So wait, I don't want to get distracted here. Let's see. That's that. Okay. Um, okay, so and then there's also testimony of Don Jr. And let me get some cards because I think this let's go okay. I like to ask for protection. Beautiful of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I fill my lungs as I breathe in. I'll create a circle. I create a circle. Step into this. I do to protect it, connected. I like to pass that information. Not only from the air source that create the good. So okay. All right. So let's see what's going on. So what is the relationship between Hamas and Putin? Because it's not that I don't, guys, know, just to clarify, it's not that I don't think Russia is capable of bad things or they do bad things, but I think it's almost putting too much, like giving them too much power in a way. I don't think it's like that Putin is like controlling them or you know what I mean. I don't think that it goes that far. Okay, so okay. So let's see here. So what is going on? What is the relationship between Putin? Do they ask for permission? No. No, I still think as it has more to do with the Al-Aqsa Mosque that I explained in the other video and the Yom Kippur War. And I don't think because there's many reasons why I don't think it's but okay, so now so when I asked Julie, when I asked your with visions, what is the relationship between them and why was Russia helping them or like kind of like hosting them or essentially communicating to the world that they support Hamas. It's said that they, how it gave me the image of, how Putin supports January 6th people who attack the U.S. government. To him, it's like what he wants is he wants to encourage the West, like anybody attacking Western government and a government connected to, because he considers the Israel to be like many people do, puppet of the U.S. and to follow U.S. policy. So it's basically if you attack anybody under that umbrella, I'm strengthened. And therefore he rewards them with attention. Because I didn't watch the whole video. It was just like a clip from the interview with this guy, Khaled Mashal. And what I was troubled by it because first of all, he killed he got a lot of people killed in very, very violent ways. And then he was talking on television as if he's some kind of head of state. It bothered me. It bothered me that he was so comfortable, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, yeah, oh yes, Russia's good. As if he's some kind of he's worthwhile, as if he's right. I think this is not a person who does something like this, no matter how you right, uh does not deserve adulation, right? Because it's and I what I think is wrong. I think of course you guys know this that I'm very troubled by this whole the way that like to me they feel like innocent civilians are being targeted now, right? Palestinians are punished in some way for what Hamas did, but then Hamas is using them. The guy lives in God knows where, Hamas in Qatar or somewhere else. He clearly lives a very wealthy lifestyle. Yeah, he is talking like so. And meanwhile, the other people pay the price, right? The regular people on the ground pay the price, and he's talking like so. So I find it the whole thing of how he's saying, oh, but look at the Palestinian people. Yes, Palestinian people is awful, and something has to change. But then the fact that he uses this to justify this, I don't like this setup, and I don't like how he's getting so much attention for this, or right? He's giving this huge platform. So I see. So going back to the question about Putin likes to do that for them because then it angers the West. That this person there, let's give them, let's reward them, and that will also tell people that that we support. If they want to do something like that, you're going to be rewarded by us. We are with them. But they're saying this similarly in a weirdly different way. It's just saying like we want people to think that we are against the West. But then, guys, you probably know this, right? You probably know that Putin hates. He's very anti. To me, he seems like very anti-Muslim in his own country, right? You know, the whole thing with Chechnya, when they've Chechen, he has been very extremely violent, extremely violent. You know, the whole Chechen situation. It's like he's very, you know, he really. So it's like it's such a hypocrisy coming from him because we know that in his own backyard, he does not let anybody. He doesn't let anybody do anything. He does not let anybody. Even like he's extremely like you would think that he, you know, guys, if you, I remember around the time of Grozny, you know, Grozny is the capital of Chechnya. So, so very, you know, just very awful. Um, like just awful. So the fact that he's like pretending to like support some kind of quote unquote movement or something, it's not. It doesn't. It's not really who he is. So I don't think he's necessarily manipulating, but he is um rewarding those people, and he's inserting him. So it's saying he's inserting himself into a conflict that even though he wants to become more, because I think again he wants what is Putin's goal? To weaken the influence of the US, and this is how he inserts himself into this. So does it make sense? I don't really think that. So does he? Oh, that's right. They want arms. I don't feel like he will give because that's another thing. But he will talk. He will put them in propaganda. Okay, and also it's saying that it's helped his position with the left, right? No, look at Putin. He cares about the Palestinians, and it's saying because this whole Palestinian issue is it's like used by so many people, and things don't really necessarily get done. So okay. So anyway, so that's it. Putin is exploiting the division and the horror. People are like because it's saying people. Of course, anybody's like, oh wow, Hamas, disgusting, right? I don't think anybody. Oh, I love Hamas. No. So because it's a collective thing where people are horrified by this, then he's like, oh no, but I like Hamas because Hamas did something, right? Hamas. So he doesn't have to deal with the consequences himself, but he gets to also distract from Ukraine. So now, does he? Why did he go to Moscow? I see that again. Even the fact that it was open, that there was news about it, and I thought that there's a guy, Mashal had gone to visit, but he wasn't him. I guess they just said leadership, right? So, so then it's kind of like it's really I don't know. I find I just so I have a question. Why let's see this. Why did he make hello hello how let me see how do I ask this question? Um why did he mention oh that's right. Why did he mention was there a deal of some sort? Was there what did he mention? That's right, because it's saying if he mentions these countries, he is helping put himself in a position that he's not. He's essentially speaking of himself as if he were some kind of like arbiter of social, of official spokesperson of something, right? So this is interesting. It's interesting to me how that's right. So he's elevating himself, and but I see actually that China does not want. China's like I don't know. They said something to him, but they're like, don't use us. No, we're not getting involved in this bullshit. No, no. Because guys, the whole thing is that China and the Uyghurs, right? The group, the Muslim population there, that is well, apparently there's concentration camps. So it's not as if like, oh, China really go live there. Why do you go live there? If those Hamas will be over very quickly if they go over to China. The moment they go to China and Russia, they're gonna be going real fast, but they're not, right? So that's right. So right. So interesting. So that's interesting. Interesting. Right. So oh. So that's right. So it's saying there's saying exploited. That's why, and I had said the other day that so guys, I just want to say also the oh, good to see you, Jada. Okay, that whenever I avoid the Twitter thing, and I don't go there really ever. I think you have to be careful with clips. You have to find context for things because there's a lot of this like hyper emotional thing, but I think this is being pushed and used by people to foment division in some way, right? So so and I think, guys, a lot of the other thing I wanted to say, this is why I feel like that Iran and Russia are very closely connected. So a lot of, if you think about it, a lot of Russian channels are going to push very pro-Palestinian like propaganda. They're going to rely on Iran for that in some way or another, right? So it's predictable and expected that they're going to use it to divide people further. So it's telling me, yes, indeed, it's a fact. They are going to be more. It's like it's almost designed to rile people up in a way or another, right? So okay. So I have a question. So just to get the answer here. So does Russia have some kind of control connection to them or not, or what? Okay, all right. No, but again, I can't watch it because when I see those bombs, I get so upset. It's very upsetting. Those whole things, there's people really suffering, and they're the ones paying the price for this. And it's awful, and I want this to end, and I want the hostages to come back. But it's saying it's a big propaganda exercise. So then do they have some kind of no, but guys, it's telling me, it's showing me something back, I think it was in the 60s, right? In the 60s, there was it tells me about are you familiar with this thing called Bader-Meinhof group in what then was West Germany? They were these so-called terrorists from this group, a left group called Bader-Meinhof gang, and they were living and they were supported by what was then East Germany and also the USSR. So it's saying the same way. It's showing the same way, like that they're hosting in some way, or they're essentially saying we're simpatico to your cause, just like as they used to do back in the day, because I think Putin sees them, and like I said before, if you look at Russia itself, they don't care about Muslims at all, okay, in practice in their own country. The opposite. What they care about is using propaganda events to divide the West, and that's what he's doing. And that is what this guy, but the guy, I see that but of course, his ego is huge. The guy from Hamas, he's like, wow, I'm such a, oh, Russia and China, and we're, doing something different. We're really finding the powers. The way he was like, so, right. So that's essentially this. I think ultimately Putin is exploiting them. It's not the other way around. And he likes the fact that, and of course, he's very thankful that the attention is gone from Ukraine. The attention is now turned to this conflict. Now, another question. So then what happens now? Let's go forward. Let's say, what happens to put both, actually these two people, let's say in 3 months, today is the November 1st, so December, let's say February 1st, where is Putin going to be, and where's Khaled Mashal going to be? Let's see. Are they both dead? Mm, okay, conversations. Just see the first card to pull out. So here's ideas exchange. Now this is covert, exposing enemy conversations. So, but I do see an image of him. I don't know, guys. The timing I can't say for sure, but I see him with being shot execution style. So at some point he's going. Um, okay. No, it doesn't. Okay, let me just delete it. Okay. So okay, you know what? Just gonna delete this. So okay. Okay. So anyway, okay, just again. Sometimes people comment. That's welcome to comment, but it's like factually, if people make assertions, please bring the receipts together. Okay. Uh, and uh, and back in those days, people who lived it was very hard to go from East to West Germany. And well, it's a long story. I'm not gonna get into the details, but the people that were protesting, but essentially, like I've read a lot about this. There's a painter I used to study a lot about him called Gerhard Richter, and he made all these paintings about the Bader-Meinhof group, and they were protesting essentially a lot of Nazis that they wanted justice for, like in West Germany, West Germany, but in East Germany, the Nazis were never really prosecuted. So I don't really think it was East Germany, okay, because their cause was very related to West Germany, as far as I recall. And they were in a prison in West Germany. And that's why there was these suicides and so forth. And none of that would have happened if it had been in East Germany, because we would have never learned about them on the media. Okay. Look it up. Again, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's East Germany. Because remember, there was a total cold, like they could never leave. There was the whole thing, right? So anyway, so long story. Going back here to the whole thing of Hamas, Putin, and so I think basically, I think Putin is trying to use all these attacks to benefit himself and to separate the West and support for the West further. And I don't think that this is going to last very long for Hamas, and I don't think it's going to last very long for Putin. So let's see, let's do a comparison here. Uh, that's right, exactly. I just think, let's see here, what is happening with this? Okay, and then okay. So I still, guys, I know a lot of people have said Putin, but I just don't. I think that essentially he is setting himself up. Guys, I think it's to me it's ridiculous. Like how so powerful, like a small country in terms of money. Look at Russia; they have barely anything. They have trolls, wars, and what else? And mafia. What else do they have these days, right? So the fact that they set themselves up to be this like opposition to the US when they really are not that relevant. It's kind of amazing how it's really amazing when you think about it, how well they have performed relative to, right? Relative to how, right, like how, and so, but he essentially Putin takes credit for a lot of things. As long as it's divisive, he'll take it. He will stand by it. And as the same thing with January 6th, same thing with this. Okay. All right. So let's see. All right, guys, I'm not going to waste too much time on this anymore because we have to move on to other topics. I already talked about Putin the other day. I'm not going to go into that because we have other things to talk about. Okay. So here is cool. Okay, look, interesting. Make changes. That's right. So now the government groups see an opportunity. I do think this is within Russia. Okay, here messenger. That's right. Gun evidence. That's right. Okay, so but then I see here Putin rewarding people who do things that kind of when they align, then that's that. But I don't think it's much more than that. Okay, at this point. All right. So what's going on now? Let's talk about Bibi and Biden. And I really do think, as this is just my personal feeling about it, like the way Biden embraced Bibi was a little scary, and I feel like it's the support for him. Like, yeah, someone said here the support for Bibi is a little scary in terms of like he thinks that he is the government, but that's not the point of Biden's support, I don't think. But anyways, so what's going on here? Why did Biden say that Bibi is not going to say? What does he know that we don't know? I believe, guys, I really believe, I talked about the payment he got from, okay, here, moving on. That's it, moving on. It's okay, hold on. Let's just do it like this. Okay, now here is, now this card tends to be theft or something shady happening. So, and this is money in some ways, if you, the bottom line of this. So the question is, why does Biden think he's leaving? There's some corruption issues that, okay, talking about, okay, letter values. That's, again, there's a financial issue here. Interesting one. I like when okay, the financial, they have to align, the finances have to align. Hope. Okay, here, interesting. Now, this is the crazies, and here's the government. Oh, wow, look at this death ending. So I also believe, now this makes sense to me politically. Biden, because Israel depends so much on the US for their survival at this point, right? For their survival at this point, he could say, well, I support you, but you have to get rid of these people in this, because this is it okay? I don't want to go off on another topic, as usual. Sometimes I do that. This whole issue with the Gaza Strip, right? So right before this happened, there's a lot of tensions in the West Bank, and the most far right members of Bibi's government wanted that their whole goal is to take over Jerusalem and destroy the mosque, right? So it's this dispute is ongoing, and they want to. There's a lot of things happening. So it's possible. I could totally see Biden saying, okay, we'll support you, but you have to stop the mess of what you're doing in the West Bank, and you have to also get rid of these people. Like, it's already there on the way out, but because it's true, because I was worried at a week ago or something that Biden was being used by Bibi, right? Like it's like he's continues to do whatever he wants, and there's no consequence, and you keep giving him money. It's like, why are you rewarding him for? That's right. We U.S. military operators, he just trained when talking about Russia and China and so forth. People seem to forget that. That's right. That's right. So all right. So that makes sense. That okay, and then I just want to confirm here that Biden is like, so I have a question. What else? Tell me more. So what does Biden making some kind of, my question is this: is Biden making some kind of demand about the members of Bibi's government, or is this something that is happening regardless of Biden? So what is it? Does it make sense? I do think that it's because in order for things to move on, that those people have to go. So is Biden exerting real pressure to get rid of these people, or is it something that members of the Israeli government are doing it on their own? Right? So that's right. It's exactly cover his butt. So what is happening here? Let's see if we can find. Okay, the dream new beginning. That's nice. That's nice. I hope so. New beginning. Let's start. Okay, this is Biden. I get goosebumps. Interesting. Electing. That's right. Interesting. Now this is money, and okay. So it the beginning we need to reach. This is the ideal environment or circumstance, but then they say we're gonna need money. You don't have enough money to do it. There's agreement. Letter. Now, interesting. Now, letter it could also be vote. Okay. Now we have to have a deal about finances. This is this. Okay. Now, old lady or tradition. Okay, that's right. That would be this is a perfect card for the people that work for BB in the government, right? This is the work, the people that usually quite shady, especially upside down. So that's right, lies are exposed. So you have to, that's right. He does not want to have a deal with Israel. And this is on the background, guys, okay, unless there is truthfulness about, okay, here is snakes and treachery. Let's see here. Okay, wow, look, corruption, snakes and treachery. So what is okay? So then, so that's now I see this an image of Biden really being honestly, he's saying that. Okay, that's right. So okay, so then so what I get the sense that this is being done behind the scenes, but I also this is in the past I've seen that the Israeli military and the let's say the quote unquote deep state in Israel does not want Bibi because they know that Bibi somehow let's see here, what is going on inside the government? Like what's going on between the Israeli military and Bibi? Okay. What is it by the Israeli military? I mean, like the quote, let's call it deep state, right? The people that work inside the intelligence agencies and the military. What do they think? Are they pushing? What's going on? Okay, here trying to assert that. Okay, so all right, so that makes sense. Okay, here it is. Battle. It's a battle. They're willing to do it. That's right. It makes sense. And okay, so they care about this. They're trying to assert themselves. That's right. BB News about change and the guilt. That's right, because also it's this reminds me of something. This organization, this agreement comes out. So one thing that I see here is that they know that if this is what we forget too, guys, and the population is Israel apparently knows that Bibi is involved, that Bibi is to blame in some way, right? That there's a total connection between. Oh, look at this. That's right. So that makes total sense. Okay, that's it. So, all right. So then it's saying it's upsetting. They're trying to assert themselves. This is the stuff that came out of nowhere. It's upsetting. And then this is a battle. Like they're willing to do anything to win a battle. Bibi, I think, is also willing to do anything. But then this is a prison upside down. I think he's doing this to avoid prison. And it's telling me this, the longer he could keep this war going, the easier it is for him to stay out of prison. That's from Bibi's perspective. So that's right. So it makes sense, right? That in some ways they're like the guy is not seeing clearly. That's right. He doesn't have the ability to see clearly because he needs the war to prevent himself from to keep himself out of trouble. It's awful, right? Because and this is why it's saying this is why he's so almost kamikaze about it. He's like, let's just destroy, whatever, because then he is like taking over. He's has all the power he wants and needs to keep himself in power. But I see. So then Biden was like, no, we're not going to give it until, right? Okay, so that's now, so because I saw this image of Biden being very strict, like, okay, we're not going to say this publicly, but here's the thing. We're going to give you this billions of dollars. You get your ass out of here. Not like this, but I still think that because this you may not know about this about the Israeli government. So So Israeli government is parliament, and so that means that it's always coalitions. So if a few people leave the government coalition, the government dissolves them, not automatically. And I do think that's right. And I do think that it's something like this, that um they know that if Biden pushes for these people to leave, and guys, you don't remember this, but Biden had already even mentioned those people, particularly months before the war. He was like, those people should not be in the government. They're kind of terrorists. Because by the way, one of the people in Bibi's government has been sued for, he was like in prison for terrorism or something like this, right? Really, right? So it's really like it's a really a terrible thing. It's true. So I do think this is possible. Okay. That's right. So that's what I think it's very possible that he's on, and I see, but I do think, guys, that they have to go, that he has to go, and that the government, and because also they formed what is called a war cabinet, something like that happens during wars. And it's almost, you know what it's telling me? It's almost as if the government has already dissolved, because you have to add these new people to the government coalition, almost, right? It's a little complicated to understand, but that's what I see. And that Bibi knows that so how is Bibi going to exit the government? How is he going to exit the government? And what happens once he does? How is Bibi going to exit the government? I see, and okay, guys, I think Bibi has committed, we know this, kind of like Trump, he's committed a lot of crimes in different ways. And then I think they have evidence, and they say, okay, you can you don't want to go to prison, do you? So just get out now. Okay, get out now. So what is happening here? Okay, so what happened? How does he leave? How does Bibi leave the government? Okay, that's right. Truth is revealed. The victory. Okay, so financial. Let's see. What hell? In the beginning, money. That's right. I think also this could be the U.S. support. So we need to give the money, but you have to. Okay, interesting. The child. That's right. I always find it interesting when they have that. That's right. And that's you have need a new person. There's dirty information. That's right. Facade. We expose the facade, and so he has to go in order for this new thing to come about. Okay, Audrey has a question. How long do you think this war will last? It's a good question. It's because is it even possible to answer? So, all right. I'm gonna do okay. It's no, guys. I'm sorry. I shouldn't engage with the comments, but I think I know what you're saying. You're saying okay, but I need to focus here on. I think I know now. I need to delete my own comments. Okay. Oh my God, I can't. What's going on? I don't know. Next time, I guess it's the thing. Okay. Okay. All right. So anyway, so let me go back here to So how long is the war going to last is a question. How long is this war going to last? So I see that there's people trying, and um this is I feel like I've seen this before, that in January we would have the kind of finally they're kind of quote unquote maybe even literally counting the bodies. I think there's going to be there's forces in the Israeli government trying to at least have a ceasefire because of the hostages. They want to find out what is going on with hostages. And then when it stops, then I think I really do feel bad for the population in Israel, because this was a very traumatic event. and then they have to deal with Bibi and what he has been doing in the government, and it's a shock to some. But he should have left a long time ago, and because he has, I do think he has some responsibility for this, right? So he has some responsibility, meaning I do think he knew something was up and he ignored it. And then he's now, so there he's overdoing it. So it's really like a kind of a headache of waking up after all this. Not that they weren't, I think the protesters, most people don't like Bibi over there anymore. And but it's just a very sobering is what it feels like. So, and then because it's saying that once it stops, then you have to deal with like the reality of Gaza, how it's dealing, and that's going to take, I think, that's going to take time in terms of like deciding what's, other countries may get involved in deciding what happens with Gaza. I don't quite, this is going to take longer, of course, than the war itself. So I think the bombardments will end pretty soon, and even the attack motion, right? But I think that there's going to be a long conflict about the hostages. I think they may free the majority of them, but there's going to be a lot of, because we know historically this is what they use hostages to get a lot of things. So because they have a lot of hostages, they will try a lot, and that's when that's going to be hard. So I think I do think, because it's a difficult question, because a lot of times in the past, these wars, it's like, I don't know, it's almost like there's a hot war, there's a cold war. So the hot war may end soon, but there's a long period of like, when do you get the hostages? What are the demands? And it may take years even. So does it make sense what I'm saying? I feel like there's gonna be the aftermath of like, the whole Gaza is gone almost. It looks, at least from the images we see, it's like, is there anything left? And then where are the hostages? These are the questions that they're really the main questions. And then Bibi leaves, and then what's going on in Israel, and then how is this money going to be used? What for? Right? So, and I have, guys, this is my personal opinion. I think this is my personal opinion about Biden. I think he made a big mistake. That's just me. When he came out, the day that he gave that speech, I think there was a mistake, to be honest. I think that's my personal opinion. He made a mistake on that date. The way that and it's like the way that he let himself be used by Bibi. I don't think that was, I understand there's other issues that may contribute to, um, things may change in the future. And I get it why he was supportive of Israel, but the way that he was said, like the way that he like embraced, I think that to be seen with Bibi, I think that was just my opinion. That was a mistake. Okay. And I think you can both, you can both be supportive of Biden and also see nobody's perfect, right? Like, I think the fact that you don't know what the hell's up with this guy, this Bibi person, and how, because guys, the thing is like this, the Arab world is so volatile too. Like, you don't want to be, because whatever they do, we become responsible for it. That's what it happened, right? That's what it happened. There was a mistake. Like, that guy is bad news always. He's bad news. Bibi is bad news, period. So you have to be really I think I would have made the language more, I'd be more careful. Okay. And again, I'm not, obviously I'm not no politician. I don't know. I just feel like, um exactly. Exactly, right? He took sides, and it's like, you don't, I mean, I think it's like you could still be like, this was unacceptable. What happened is not, there's no justification for the attacks, the terrorists. You could still say that, right? Because that was true, right? But then to kind of like co-opt this, what bothers me even now is like he's co-opting some of the language that Bibi uses to say things, and it's like, whoa, you don't know, we don't know a lot. Like, don't. I just think that it's, guys, are the same, and even he said, oh, let's not make the same mistake when being on 9/11, and it's like, right, right. So it's really like, right, like it's just you don't want to make the mistake. You don't want to, right? Yeah. Hmm. You don't want to make the same mistake because you know what happens, guys. Whatever he does is our responsibility. Because if you had control of the guy, you could say, okay, we're supporting him. But he, God knows what, I don't know what he's doing. The guy's he's like Trump. He needs to keep. He's a desperate to keep himself out of jail. I don't think you should throw your power, your money, all of it in right. So, and because that's what really Putin wanted. Like in some ways, I think he could, but I think so. That's what I think. I don't think that. That's just my opinion. I think a lot of people probably. I'm not alone in that, right? The way that you have to. I feel like there was a way he could have said things in a way that was more like I said, somewhat neutral. Like he could have said a lot of things without being like, I don't know, guys. You understand what I'm saying, right? It's like, you know what I feel like being played. This is what I don't like. He was being played. And that's the problem. Don't let yourself be played. That's the issue that I have here. Is like you end up. It sounds like you're the one who is being played, and you should not be played. And so, and I don't know if he should have said something like, I don't know how he would have said it. I do, by the way, you know, right? I mean, I think he could have said the support of Israel, but not the way that he said it. I don't quite remember exactly that, but the way he said it, he was like, "You can't trust this person." That was the bottom line. He was being played. That's it. Don't let yourself be played. That's the thing that I don't like. You know what I mean? Like he sounds like a fool. I don't like. I'm not saying Biden is a fool, but you know what I'm saying? Like the way that it's like there's a game going on that we the regular population don't know what's going on, right? And now there he is with like giving him pats in the back of, right? So let me ask this. What is going to, guys, am I going off? I'm sorry, am I scattered today? I hope not. It's okay. It's an interest, all these questions. I'm being very honest with you, right? Like, um, I just, and afterwards even, right? Like, I just, the feeling that he's being played, that's what I don't like. So how is this going to end up? Like when we look back, like in a few years, not a few years, a few months down the line, how is, because this could play very badly for right. Is Biden retracting? Is there? That's right. Maybe this is the comment here. Is I hope there is a way for Biden to turn his faux pas around. That's right. How can he untangle? Let's say this: untangle himself from the BB manipulation thing, right? Right. So bottom line, Maryland said no money unless BB goes. That's right. So is Biden going to untangle himself from this? But I feel like being manipulated by BB in the way, or I don't even say like it's just like you can't control the guy. You don't know what's the deal here. What's going on? So okay, so what I see here is this: is that not BB, Biden has to now kind of come out against uh he'll come out more against BB because it's saying now that what he has to do now, it's like this is why I think, guys, this whole thing that so the once the thing the attacks, the bomb stop, then you have the situation where Biden is going to have to make extra effort because of what happened when immediately, the next day, days after the thing, what he said, and he kept saying we support. Then he's going to have to make extra effort to go with Arab countries and see and discuss the Gaza situation. And that's what I think he can make a difference eventually, but it's going to take time. It's going to take some time because again, and it's not, it's not that you can't, I think you can maybe be both. You can both support you can both support Israel, but also ask for less violence or ask for less, like, especially because it's saying the Arab countries are furious about the West Bank. That's the thing that they care about, the West Bank. But the mosque, and this is very like cultural and local, and it's something that we don't in America. And this, guys, the same thing that happened 9/11. Well, you don't understand the background of things, you don't understand the culture, and you mess up when you think you know, and that's a mistake. That's the mistake I think unfortunately we made again. So it's saying that listening, he has to go on a listening tour to the other countries and then ask, what do you suggest, or what, right? So that at least, right, at least understand, like what the hell, right? Martha said we have, this is true, we have hostages too. That's right. He does want to free the hostages, and I think it's like I think ultimately it's gonna be okay, because I think he's also gonna ask for accountability regarding Bibi, because he is going to need that Bibi is held accountable so that he can look better to the outside world as well. And this makes sense, right? Right, guys? I think, right, it makes sense. Because if it looks like, even to Israelis, like there's all Israelis who don't like Bibi. If you start to embrace Bibi and give him so much attention, then you're kind of like, whoa, like what? Right? So so that makes, does that make sense, guys, right? So let's see, how does it end? How does this, that's right, there's going to be less, that's right, they're going to have to, so I think it's going to, I feel like so there's a moment of this, that's called, I don't want to say it's ceasefire, but like there's going to be less bombings. But that is going to be the hardest moment, because the truth is going to come out, right, about how Bibi was trying to stop certain things that he didn't like, and then and how we're going to have to do something about all these people that were displaced. What, and this is, guys, this is a decades long problem in the Middle East. No country with, long story. It's a very long story. But the point is that I do think ultimately he's going to do the right thing and try to listen to, right? It's try to listen to the other countries and also figure out, because otherwise it's going to be like enemies for good, and Putin wins. So, you know what I mean? Like if the US then becomes like, oh, look, they fomented this war, they did this, and like if nothing is done to remediate that, then there's going to be a bigger problem, right? So let's see. I'm gonna brush my hair for a second. Let's see here. See what happens. Tell me more what happened here. How's it gonna go? What is Bibi? Okay, let me have a question. What is Bibi doing to buy? Okay, what is Bibi playing? Like, it doesn't make sense. I want to know, what is the agenda? What is Bibi's agenda when it comes to Biden? Oh no, I can use him and say, oh look, he supports me. He's saying, that's right. Bibi is using the support of Biden he thinks that he has. It's like, oh no, that means I'm in power forever, because they're gonna see that he likes me. He's like Trump, like me. He likes me personally, and that is like, therefore I could do everything I want, and I'll never have to answer for anything. And he's like, it's sort of like guys, a prize, like having an ace card in your poker game or something. He's my ace card. I'm always with my ace card. That's Biden. And then Biden is like, listen, I want a few things from you. And he's not so Biden. I think Biden is not happy with the situation. That's why now he's a sugar daddy. That's right. Biden Biden is a sugar daddy. It's funny. So okay. So that's right. So that's why now I see. Okay, that makes sense. So now, guys, it can. So did I go? Okay, I'm going off here, but now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense that's why now Biden is being more aggressive. And I do think he knew this article is going to come out, and I see that he's pushing for, and I see he wants the head of the guy, the guy, you don't know him, Itamar Ben-Gvir. Okay, he's a guy in the Israeli government who's very, very crazy. Him and Smotrich. another one. So he's pushing for they have to be out. I don't want them to touch any arms to do because they're afraid that, and it's possible that they're going to take some of the arms and they're going to use it in the West Bank. They're going to do something. Okay, they're going to do something like that. And he's saying for entertainment purposes. No, that's right. Okay, see you. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm sorry I'm a little late and I go off, but I think it doesn't make sense of what we're talking. I think it helps me also clarify some of the things that I didn't know. Right? Is it clear to you now? I think it's clearer to me because at some point I was like, I didn't really understand. Like, I don't. So I think before I thought there's the Israeli military is saying this. The Israeli military also does not want Bibi, but alone they may not have had the power. Doesn't make sense. I think the U.S. had behind the scenes. The U.S. has to push for him to. You know what I mean? Like to put pressure for him to go. Indivisible is saying Bibi sabotage Biden's effort. I don't think this is the case. No, it's not exactly that by sabotaging because Biden is not the president, obviously, of Israel, but it's more like he's taking advantage. That's it. He's taking advantage of Biden, of the situation, of Biden's support. That's it. That's what he's taking advantage of it. So, and is screwing the US, right? As a result, essentially, right? So now Biden has to do more diplomacy on the back end to win back some nations. And so, okay, so to like not look so bad in front of the world. Right. So I think the person you're mentioning also said that I don't I don't know, guys, honestly, I don't know. And it's not personal. I don't know the person who said somebody said something, and I believe that same person may have said some crazy thing like, like it was the same person who said that Biden was gonna, who was that Trump was gonna escape to Saudi Arabia. Remember? So I take everything with a grain of salt, okay? That's right. Biden took the usual position, but I think Bibi took advantage of him, right? Does it make sense? There's ways to do things without. I just think that's doesn't make sense, guys. I do think that that's just my opinion. That the 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 appearance is that I think Biden was taken advantage of. That's what it looks. Don't you think that now he could just do right? I think right. So it's not personal. The thing I said about so when you post this and such said such and such, everybody's free to say their thing. But if I don't know exactly who the person is or don't abide by whatever, then I'm gonna delete it. Like, it's not personal, right? It's just okay. Add it to the appropriation bill. Okay, that's right. That's right. That's right. Also, Martha said we have soldiers stationed. That's another thing. That's true, right? So we have to be a little bit careful. Not, it's not that you can't not be supported. You have to be supportive of Israel in a way or another, but not like that. Like not just to say whatever he does is perfect, right? Okay, so right. So that's okay, guys. It's okay. It's an interesting time. But I also see that, let's say here. So um okay. Um Yeah, and also just something else. Somebody said, somebody posted, I deleted the comments and such said this, and there's peace in 20. I mean, I think the word peace, especially in the context of the Middle East, I think it's a dangerous word to use. I think there's moments of lack of aggression. But to say even peace, right? Even peace, right? Uh, that's right. It was a poison pill added to the appropriation. That's right. So it's really right. It's um I think it's not, the Middle East is not easy. So I think just people create this broad generalization. Oh, it's all peace. It's all, I don't know if there's ever good, really, it doesn't make sense. It's so complicated, right? So it's really I think you have to be careful when people make, oh, everything is peaceful, Middle East is gonna be peace. I don't know. I mean, I think there's moments when there's less, right? Mm-hmm. That's right. Right, that's right. So so it's like, I don't think that even the whenever, guys, even though, look recently, Kush like, oh, peace plan. I in the past decades, there's never such thing as peace. So I think there's maybe another word, compromise or something, but peace. I think people start using the word as propaganda, honestly, lately, right? Like, oh, Kushner has a peace plan. Oh yeah, it does. It has peace. Right? So I think there's maybe a different word. It's like there will be some kind of agreement. Maybe this is a word, agreement. But peace, I don't know. I don't think there's ever been, right. I think it's very complicated. I don't think we should be like delusional about it. Like, oh yeah, everybody's gonna hold hands. They're gonna hug each other all the time. Some things are not possible. Some things are. I'm not saying not in. I do think in the future. I do see 80 years, 100 years down the line. Yes, but not now. Okay, like there's gonna be tough negotiations, tough agreements, but peace. No, because guys, look at, like, it's so crazy over there, right? I think it's a period of no attacks, no extreme violence. But to say peace, I think I think we maybe small steps, right? Small steps. Um, because whenever there have been, like, they have signed agreements, either the agreements they'll fall through because of either position, or like somebody dies, like kill a president or something like that. Right. So because remember the Egyptian president, when he signed, I think it was also, of course, he died, he was killed, and so was the other Israeli president, right? So that was a peace. Oh yeah, we have peace, but then everybody dies. Not everybody, right? So that is that really peace? No, it's not, right? So I don't know what the name of something is, but right, that's exactly so. But I think it's gonna be better. It's gonna go, but I think I don't want the Biden goodness to rub off on Bibi. Bibi now, Biden likes him, so let's just forget everything. No, he has to go to prison, or whatever the equivalent is, right? So anyway, so that's that subject. Now, the guys, there's more. Oh my God, barely. Why is it that when I'm on now that I'm on YouTube, I get energized and I talk a lot. I always talk a lot, but because it's complicated. Honestly, this subject is so complicated. All right. So now let's go to know the Don Jr. talk today. So that's it for today, right? I think, I'm sorry, just for the Middle East and Biden and Hamas and Putin or whatever, right? So now let's talk about Don Jr. Let's talk about Don Jr. Let's talk about Don Jr. Uh, let's talk about Don Jr. and his testimony today. Manipulation. Okay, so yeah, I'm not worried. I do think that eventually, I do think I think Bibi, he's the guy who you have to get rid of him. He's basically have you seen these movies when there's a criminal and they're like, remember what was the movie? There was a movie, there was somebody who was like a criminal running, and then they go into a theater about ballet, and he's like, oh, I'm in the ballet, pretending while he's running away from the police. That's what it feels like. The guy is really not. He's really not. He's using it. Okay, so weird cards. Okay, so a lot of legal problems, issues, your anger, chaos. Wow, look, poverty. So And by the way, I did not, guys, I did not read the article that it describes the things that happened. Russia friends had a lot of money, unclear. He doesn't know. Oh no, I don't know them. I don't know them. I don't know anything. Oh, that's right. A lot of foreign trips. I like our clients. That's right. So wrong advice. Also suggested Don Jr. got the wrong legal advice or that he didn't follow the legal advice. Um, okay. Wow. But will they have ceasefire? No, I think soon. I think soon. Soon. But it's my feeling about the ceasefire. Let's whatever this is, I think it stops the bombs. I I don't even know if it's a full ceasefire, but it's, let's say this, stop the bombing attacks. I see that Bibi does not want to stop it because he doesn't want to stop so that people think. Because have you noticed? Everybody knows, and I was reading that even in Israel, everybody's like, "You're responsible for this." It's like, "Oh, let's attack them, let's go," so that nobody stops and thinks, "How come Bibi didn't do something before? How come he didn't?" Right? So Bibi doesn't want it either, and I think it's kind of like a car going in really, really fast, and you press the brake, and then it's like this is the first feeling, like when it stops there's going to be like, wow, reckoning. And that's sad. I think I see the population over there in Israel, like to see what's happening in Gaza, it's tough, you know. And then guys, the fact that I still am so, it upsets me to see the guy from Hamas like, oh hey, what's up? Like he's out there traveling, giving interviews. Why aren't you going? Because this is the thing. If you really this is like if you want to take down an organization, you go after the leader, right? Oh, he's traveling, he's doing whatever. Like go after the guy. Don't go to the people, right? The people like down there on the ground. I know there's like a lot of the right, I think, say, oh no, they're all like no, they're not. I don't believe they're all terrorists, but like you have to focus on the people that are truly the ones responsible. But that's with Bibi again. Bibi's like, oh, it's perfect distraction. I don't think he's. I don't know, guys. Those people like Biden. I'm sorry, like Bibi, like Putin, like Trump, they don't have empathy, I don't think, ultimately. So I don't think they care about even his own. I really don't think that maybe he's been missing in action in terms of the hostages. Where is he in terms of the hostage? He has to be more connected to the parents and the families of the hostages. It's awful, right? And that's what I think. By oh my god, I get confused always. BB is running away from responsibility, accountability, not just this, all kinds of other things. So that's what I feel. One stops when the so-called, I don't even, let's say, stop the bombing stops. I don't know why am I not using the word ceasefire? Because it's not. There's still going to be some rockets here and there, some things here and there, and it's saying because they can negotiate with Hamas, so that they're missing it. I don't quite understand it. It's very complicated. It shows here. So right. So that's right. But it's saying they're saying there's going to be the wrath of like Bibi is going to be um yes, they're going to be held responsible. So all right. So just okay. Wait, guys, what did I change? I already changed the topic. I was talking about Don Jr. Let's talk about Don Jr. Go back to Don Jr. That's right. He's pretending he's like trying to make his dad look good, but I still think I thought he was high on his testimony. I didn't see pictures of him, but he took drugs to sit through it. I don't think. Have you heard anything that he's gone? I don't think he's gone to rehab at all. I think it's when he goes to prison. Oh, there's something, guys. I'm sorry. I keep going so long. Something else I forgot. Now it's reminding me. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. This is very important. Okay, involved in our just getting Hamas. It's an okay. Interesting question. Christine's asking. You're right about the hostage issue. Are IDF missions involved in that, or just getting Hamas? Okay, good question. No, it's saying there's all kinds of small little like focuses of like Yes, they're also, but I think they're, but the thing is here, I see that the IDF does not want to again negotiate. They don't, they're avoiding, I think there's negotiations going on, but they were trying to get the hostages themselves without. So they are, but not, they're not openly talking about the hostages, which they should in public, right? So, but okay, okay. So now, guys, there's something else I really want to talk about. I don't know how I came. I was looking up the Jared Kushner deal, and somehow I came across this. And it may be like this is related to the Trump kids. So this was. Let me tell you this story, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm going on. I'm going on for so long. 10 minutes more, and then I'm gonna go. There's also the thing I didn't talk about the geopolitics. The next time talk about geopolitics, but something else. It's important, very important actually. So there was something, there was in some, I have to look it up, but I'll tell you the story before I find the article. So somebody said, it was like some, I think it might have been in the Washington Post or some right-wing thing saying that somebody was, somebody had gone to a party where, or Schumer, the senator from New York, was. And Schumer was saying, somebody asked Schumer about Jared Kushner. And he said, Jared Kushner is going to prison. And this is recently, right? And so I'm like, because we know that that Schumer has access to a lot of information that is relevant, right? So that it was something like, oh, that Jared's mom was upset because somebody went to the party and told her that. Imagine the friend's like, hey, hi, he was talking about your son. He said he's going to prison. I bet the woman's like didn't like her. Schumer, Kushner. So my question is, what this is? I thought it was because I don't think that Schumer. I mean, he's a New Yorker, right? Oh, here it is. Oh, that's right. Recently. Oh, look, it's even the Guardian. Oh no, look at that sad photo. Him, sad photo. Him. Oh no, somebody. Oh, look at him. He's like, oh no. So I'm just very. Let me share the screen with you because I thought it was very fascinating. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Kushner says Chuck Schumer told family friends Jared's going to jail. And like, how dare Jared goes to the media to complain about it? Oh, can you imagine my mom was so upset though she heard? Oh no. Trump's son-in-law says his mother called him to say top Democrat upset her with remarks to our friends in the Upper East Side. Oh no, as if he is not already on the outs, right? So friends on the Upper East Side, and of course, I know the friends are pretty bitchy. They're like, "Girl, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I know you're still going to jail." So I know the kind of friend she has. Because imagine if he was your friend, you would not say it. Like I wouldn't say it if it was my friend. I would be like, if I didn't like the person, I'd be like, you know what? I heard your son's going to jail. It's a terrible thing, huh? It wasn't me. I'm not saying it. That's what I heard. Oh, look at this. Oh my God, that's right. Look at it. This is Jared himself. I can't even find it. It was a podcast of some shady guy named Blacksford. My poor mom. I told her to stop, reading whatever. I said, I don't say that, Jared. I promise you, we didn't do anything wrong. It's good. Kushner told the last streaming podcast, but she commented to say our friends on the Upper East Side were talking to with Charles Chuck Schumer, who said Jared's going to jail. Oh no. Oh, like okay, so he get so that's what I'm interested in this. I'm interested in this. So oh no, oh no. So what is the story here? Hmm? What a story. So because guys, it's possible many things are possible. It's possible that Jared was lying, right? And that this story never happened. Or it's possible that it was true. That it was true. That truly Chuck Schumer said to the friend. Uh so let's see. So is it true? Did Chuck Schumer, what's his story? That's right. And I see that there was a party and somebody asked, so what about the person who asked Chuck Schumer didn't know this person was friends with Jared's mom. So So the person didn't know that about Jared's mom, that the person was like friends with. So she said, well, I'm afraid he could go to jail. In fact, yes, he's involved. But I feel like he said it in a way that wouldn't be, it was legit. Like he wasn't sharing too much information. But so I think it's true. Then the mom was like, Jared, can you just hold out the gun to get names to FBI? He should go to jail. Should not, he shouldn't go to jail. I know the MPS was so kind to you. He financed all your businesses. Why should? By the way, guys, I know this is. So just to remind you, this the how bizarre this is, because Jared's dad is the one who hired. This is how classy he is. He hired a prostitute to seduce his brother-in-law, and then the prostitute made a video, and then the Jared's dad sent to his sister the tape. This is the how classy Jared Kushner's family is, right? So I feel like, so I don't think, okay, so like, okay, so it's, I don't think that, I think he was just asking. He's like, no, I think it's he go to jail. So so okay, so I don't know, guys. I said what I said. I don't know what so I do think it's possible. I did say no, but I think he said it in a way that wasn't like he's going to jail, but he said, right? Okay, so all right, so this is it. So I don't know. So there's some people here that okay, you know what? The moral, everybody's so moral, full of morals. Like, oh no, Chuck Schumer should. I think it's fine. Okay, if you say that he said something that didn't sound like, okay, it didn't sound like he was right. I don't think he said, well, I have seen documents that show he's guilty. He didn't say that, right? He's like, well, I don't think. I think it's possible that I think he said something like, well, I'm not sure he's going to get away with it. There's ways of saying it. The person could, right? But I do think he said something, and I do think it's a normal discussion. Why not? Why not? Right? So okay. So then okay. So this is why. Okay, and then I think. Hmm, okay. So then that's it. So that's what I think. All right. Good night. Good night. So that's it. So does now let me ask about Chuck Schumer. So then what does he know? Because I think the person could have whatever. I don't think he gave details, but still, what does he know about Jared? No, they're saying they have to get Trump first. That's right. They have to get Trump first. Because if they don't, that's right, they have to get Trump first for several, say there's a lot of different reasons. And like there's something here where like I even see the Mueller report. He said he has seen the redacted parts of the Mueller report and other things. And so he's seen documents. So why does Chuck Schumer know why there hasn't been? No, that's right, because it's say they have somehow I feel like they have to wait until Trump goes. That's why. What does Chuck Schumer know here? Now here, interesting. This card usually means the kids. Okay, heartbroken. Interesting. Okay, that's right. Weakness. So they're in a weak position. All right. They were, but I think they were part here. This could be they were part of the game, right? Snake. Okay, snake. Clear about. That's right. Behind the scenes. That's right. He knows a lot. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know yet. Okay, the people. That's right. No, that's right. It says here is the public. People are going to find out when it becomes public. That's right. That's right. So this is guys, okay, so that's interesting. So that's right. So there's going to be, but I am also getting there's some. I do think there's something with Jared and Ivanka, like she's talking, and then they're married, and like at some point there's going to be some tension with that, right? Because if she talks, then she's going to compromise. I do think she's ready to also throw Jared under the bus because it is like with all the stuff they talk about Hunter Biden. What the hell? Hunter Biden can do this? Hunter Biden, but what about Jared? So, hmm. So that's right. So interesting. So anyways, I should guys, it should go. It's been way longer than I thought it was gonna be, but it's been fun. It's been fun, right? It's been fun doing this conversation. Okay. All right. Okay. So have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. Okay. So went on for so long. I'm gonna try to put like marks on this. Okay. All right, guys. Have a good night. Okay. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Okay. Bye.